Yo, what's up guys? This is Sergio for the SpiderBot level 1. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the leg in this video. So if you have all your parts ready, then you should be good to go. So I just want to give a disclaimer. For this part, I forgot what the name of it, where you put the servo inside and then these little spacers that go in here in this hole. Some prints may not print well. So what I did is that I would get a drill and just drill right into it. Now you need to be very careful because I've already broken some. Like this already broke. So you need to be really careful when you drill into it. Right, so now you got a good hole, and now this little spacer can fit freely inside. So that is what you want. And now once you have that, now you can start making the leg. So this is going to be the foot or the tibia or whatever it's called. You're going to get your servo motor, and you're going to make sure that the tip of the servo motor is aligned with this like stand right here. So all you're going to do is you're going to slip this inside, and you're going to have to put some force into it. Try not to like break the wires, but you are going to have to put a good amount of force into this leg. So you just push that in. Look at that. It's all good now. So once you do that, now you can screw in the screws. Now these screws came with the package for the servos. So all you have to do is just screw into the screws. And I messed up. Yeah, so the screws were not screwed in. Again, these can be pretty cheap parts, so I needed to get new screws. That's why you have spare screws. So you're going to have to screw that in. Alright, so once you get that locked in place, now you can, move on. Right, so you're going to do that to all 4 legs. You just loop it through. Make sure that the tip aligns with the stand right there. And then just like push it through. There you go. I'll do it 4 more times, but you guys know how to screw it in. Make sure it's aligned.
There is a chance that it'll kind of suffocate when the inner part of the...
And you don't want to put too much force, or else it's gonna not be good. You know, it's gonna break the wires. Just put it through. Boom. So now that you have all 4 legs, now you can screw in the screws. Alright, so once you get that done, you have all your tip of the legs, I guess, finished. And now we're going to move on to this part right here. So this part is pretty simple. You do have to use some amount of force, so it can get a little scary. You might think you're going to break it. but it should be pretty fine. So you're gonna have like a long side, and you're gonna have a short side. You are going to use the long side for the legs, the tibias, I believe it's called. So you want to make sure that this part is aligned with the indent, because that is where your servo horn is going to go. Right? If you just like plop that inside, it's not going inside, but it should go inside. That is going to align with the servo horn, and that's going to allow it to move the actual leg. So you are going to place this little spacer here in the thing that you made the hole. Like I said earlier, you might need to use this. Put the spacer inside. Put this here. Then you're going to have to open this up. So you're going to have to bend the print a tiny bit. Boom. Shouldn't take too much force. And now you're going to hot glue this right here. Let me go get the hot glue. So I got my hot glue gun. And now you're going to hot glue. Let me turn on the light. Now you're going to hot glue the little spacer to the standoff right here. Or the stand thing. Just going to hot glue that. Try to get it inside, but you could low-key just do it on the outside. Alright, so we're just going to let that cool off, and oh, it's already cooled. Okay, look at that. You got one leg. Now we're just going to repeat this another 3 times. Get the leg. Make sure it's the long part of it. Make sure it's aligned with the servo horn indent. And then get the little spacer. Make sure it fits through and spins really freely. Plop it inside. Put some hot glue on that.
Imagine like you after this with a 2x and you see Ours is also pretty hard.
And boom, that's your piece. You can wait for that to dry. And yeah. Alright, so that's all your legs. You want to make sure they all spin really freely. These motors can be pretty weak sometimes. You're going to be running about 5 volts into them, so you don't want to fry them. You don't want to make sure they over torque. So you want to make sure this spins as freely as possible. So as you can tell, all of these work really well. And the good thing about hot glue is that it comes off really easily. Like I can easily peel this off if I messed up.
Okay, so I just assume there's 3 logic gates and
And it comes off easily. And you can just hot glue in case you mess up. Alright, so once you have that, now you can move on to the next part of the leg. I forgot the names, I'm sure you guys can figure out. But so same exact idea, you're gonna get this piece. There's 2 types of pieces, they're both mirrors of each other. It's gonna be these. One is gonna have one on the left, one is gonna have one on the right. You're going to see like a servo indent. This is going to be on the main chassis of the actual SpiderBot. So you're going to put your servos in like you did with that. It's going to be a little tougher since the hole can be pretty small. You're just going to run the wire through. Make sure this is aligned with the top, the standoff. You don't want to mix that up. And you're going to push that through. As you can tell, I'm doing a lot of damage to the exterior of the wires, but it should be fine. These things are chill. You should be chill. You just don't want, you want to mitigate as much damage as possible. So once you do that, now you can just screw it right in.
Wait, so you say one more time? I get you saying that. What two ones they ask?
Also, a pro tip with these screws, they can be pretty cheap. They use pretty cheap metal, so it's really malleable, which is not good. So like it strips. You want to press as hard as you can while you're screwing in. So like I screw it in, I want to lock it in place, then I want to press as hard as I can. That will make sure that the screw tip doesn't like strip, since these screws can be pretty cheap. But they work well as long as you get it in right. So now you have that. Now you just do that the other 3 times. And again, remember, 2 of them are mirrors of each other. Just make sure that the tip of your servo is aligned with the standoff. Alright, so once you do that, you have all 4 of the thingamajiggies, whatever. So now you want to combine these so that you can continue making the leg. So you're going to have this part. Now, like I said earlier, there are mirrors of each other. Since the SpiderBot has 4 legs, you're going to have to pay attention to the orientation of the specific parts. So if we have here, these 2 are the same type. These 2 are the same type. These 2 are different. These 2 are the same type, and these 2 are the same type. So now you want to connect this to the top. Same idea, you want to make sure you put the top of the servo where the servo horn is supposed to go. Get the spacer, make sure it slides really freely. Plop that in. You're going to have to use some amount of force. Okay, that slipped in really easily.
It was crazy. I don't know how we keep them from the program.
Now you can just hot glue that in.
It's like
You guys want to? So what's A to B1? Yeah. That's it. That's it.
Perfect. Now it should spin freely, as you can see there. Now you have your SpiderBot leg done. These 2 are aligned. You do not want to put the servo horns in yet. In the later step, we're going to have to use the Arduino to code and calibrate where the servo horns go. That's because with these servos, they have a limit of 180 degrees. So they can't just spin freely. So you need to set a 0 position so that they know where the limit is. Now you just do that 3 more times with your legs. So that's how you make the legs of the SpiderBot. And now we're going to add the servos, the final 4 servos, to the chassis of the SpiderBot. So you're going to have a top plate and a bottom plate. The bottom plate is going to have these little circles. Top plate will not. It's going to have these mounts. This is where your servos are going to go. You put them inside. You make sure that they face outwards. You don't make them face inwards like this. You make them face outwards, which will give more movement to the SpiderBot. So do that to all sides, and that will be your chassis. Alright, so I screwed this in. This side is completely messed up. Like, I put the motor inside, but one of the screw heads broke. It literally got decapitated. And then the other side just got stuck, so I had to screw it out with like a really tiny bit. So I'm just gonna hot glue this side really carefully. it should be fine. If this ever happens to you guys, I don't want to like make you guys have to reprint, since that can get pretty tedious. So you're just gonna put hot glue, a good amount. Try to be pretty clean, don't put too much. Obviously these servos are going to be going through a lot of stress, especially these center ones, so you want to make sure that's really secured. Alright, and you should just be able to screw in the motors like normal, hopefully. Again, if you ever run into this problem, use hot glue, but I highly do not recommend it, as hot glue can come off decently easy, especially since these motors will be going through probably the most amount of stress. As you can tell, it literally got decapitated again. Caught on camera, caught on 4K. I'm just gonna hot glue that.
Oh, wants one big piece.
Again, if you're really picky, you can reprint. You can, you know, redo everything. But that is gonna take a lot of effort, and I do not want to do that effort. But I will give enough effort that I will make this thing work. As long as you get one screw to align everything, it should be pretty secure. This is pretty secure. Hot glue works pretty well. Although, again, you want to be pretty careful and precise with it. I kind of just slobbed it on, but it should be fine.
Alright. So I think...
Alright, this screw is not going in. I'm just freaking hot glue this. Again, this stuff is really cheap. When I was making my SpiderBot, I bought better parts. It was not running into this problem. Guys, I'm so sorry. These are so bad. Oh my lord, these are actually like horrible parts. Hot glue is going to be your best friend. Hot glue is going to be your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your dog. It's going to be everything for you, because that is the only way you're actually going to get anything done. If you get so lucky that all the screws work for you, perfect. But look at that, hot glue works perfectly fine. See, this didn't even screw in because it strips. See, it like strips. Doesn't work anymore because the metal is so soft. It's so cheap. But hey, it's cheap, right? So once you do that, that is going to be your chassis. Now, do not put this on yet. This part right here, don't put it on yet. But just for, you know, just to get an idea of how it's going to look,
You wanted something a little bit bigger.
you're going to have to put a leg here,
Okay.
all 4 legs,
I'm just scared that it'll get lost.
put it on the servo, take some amount of force on the servo. You're going to see it bend a tiny bit. It should be fine. And then you're going to plop the chassis onto it. And the hole should align with the hole that is at the bottom. And then your leg is made and is attached. But for now, don't worry about that. We will not do that step until we slap on our electronics. Alright, thank you. That is how you attach all the servos and how you make the legs. Again, this is probably going to be the most annoying parts since it is the screws. And the screws are not really nice to you. And keep in mind, these servos can also be faulty. So that's why we gave you guys 2 spare servos for your SpiderBots. And we might even have some leftover servos just in case. But try to use what you got. And again, hot glue is going to be your best friend. And I will start the electronics next video.